Alrighty, welcome back. Let's see here. We are going to go ahead and we're going to try learning how to use Fusion 360. Fusion 360, it's a good program. It's a powerful program. I'm going to stumble my way through it a little bit because I'm used to using SolidWorks and not Fusion 360. But to use the CNC plasma cutter, you do have to use Fusion 360. Just it has more manufacturing capabilities. And it can work very, very well with our plasma cutter. Now, another thing that I suggest is to use my laptop just because it has everything loaded into it. It's been hooked up to the plasma cutter before. It's got fire control. It has everything that we need. And so that's going to be the easiest thing to use. Just use my laptop. Another thing I highly suggest is grab a mouse and plug it into my computer. This is so much easier to use this program with a mouse. It gets very, very tedious when you're using a trackpad. Okay, so I went ahead and I opened up Fusion 360. I'm going to look at stuff right from the top right here, so we're looking straight down on it. That's very important when you're using the plasma cutter because it's in 2D. All right. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to open up a sign, a mountain background type sign, and I'm going to go ahead and make one for, how about the Sportel family? So for Sam Sportel, he can go ahead and get one. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and take it. I want to insert a DXF. So I'm going to go insert DXF. Okay. Now, first thing it's saying on is what plane or what sketch. The plane that we're on. That's what I'm going to click on. So it says one selected, so we're exactly where we want it to be. Okay. And then I want to select DXF file. We're going to grab it from the computer. I have all the files on this computer ready to go. We have a lakeshore scene, a mountain view scene, which is what we're going to use. I also have a forest and a buck scene as well. And you can obviously get letter monograms as well. And I have all of those on this computer ready to go. So I'm just going to have it selected. I'm going to hit open. It's going to crank away a little bit. Hopefully it goes in. Boom. All right. So we are all set. There it is right there. Okay. And get rid of that. Cool. So we're ready to go. It's about 10 or 11 inches tall, so we're going to have to change that in just a little bit. But we have our background. We have our scene in. Okay? Before we scale it, we have to go ahead and give it a thickness because right now it's just a 2D sketch. So we're going to go to extrude right there. Another little thing is going to pop up right here. It's going to say, all right, what do you want to extrude? You have to click inside your sign. You can't click in the negative space. It's got to be inside the sign right there. So it's selected. All right, how big are we going to do it? We're going to do 0.125, which is 1/8 of an inch. Okay, now down here, I'm going to move myself over. Down here, new body. It has to be new body selected because you want it to, we don't have anything else. We can't join it to anything. We can't cut anything. It cranks through and we have it ready to go. So we now have our sign in here. We just need to put the Sportel family on here. Okay. To do that, you have to always start out with a sketch and then make it 3D. Okay. This is the sketch right here, so I'm going to click on that. It's going to say, hey, what do you want to do on? I'm going to click on the very front of my sign, and it's going to go ahead. It's going to make a sketch right there. It gave me a few different things. There it is right there. I'm going to grab this guy. This guy is the pan tool, so I'm going to go ahead and go there. To get out of the pan tool, hit escape, and then you'll drop that pan tool. Okay, so I'm going to go down. I could make boxes and all kinds of stuff like that. I'm going to go down to create because I want text. Okay, so there's two types of text you can put in there. This is just text straight across like what we want. This would be following a line. So if like we want the word family to follow this line here or something like that, we would use the other kind. But I'm going to keep that one highlighted. I'm making my text box now. So I'm going to click once on the upper left, make my box. Now I'm not dragging, I'm just moving it. And right about there looks pretty good. Okay, we're going to type the Sportel family. Okay. I'm going to go down here a little bit, center it up and down as well. It is, get rid of that, it's way too small, so I'm going to go here. Let's go 1 inch. That's interesting. Apple Gothic must be a pretty big font. I think I want something different than that. I'm not going to spend too much time looking. I used, was it Constantia before, and I liked it. And then I went back in and I could not find it. So I don't like Chalkboard. I definitely don't like Comic Sans. I'm spending way too much time doing this. I don't like that. Nope. Alright, Georgia. Good enough for me. Alright. Why is that not fitting though? I wonder if I did not scale it. 0.5. Yeah, I never scaled this thing. That's what's going on. So I'm going to go ahead. I want to go out of this sketch for now. We'll go back in and we're going to edit it later. But I totally forgot to scale this thing. Okay, so I chose my sign. I don't have this cut in. Okay, we'll get rid of it later if we need to. I'm going to go to modify. I apologize for not scaling it. Okay, actually, you know what? I'm going to go here, inspect, and measure. Okay, so now if I grab a point right about here, another point up here, it should be able to tell me how far it is from one to the other. 12.926. Okay, so that's good to know. Doing a little math here, and I did do it ahead of time. We need to scale this by 1.86. Okay, so that's how big it is right now. I'll just get rid of that. Close that. I am going to go modify, scale. Now it doesn't know what I want to scale. This is what I want to scale. Okay, and I'm going to make it 1.85. That explains why the text was so small. All right, so now it's much bigger, which is great. That's exactly what we wanted. I might just get rid of this right here. See if I can delete it. No, I'm going to have to delete it down here. I right-clicked and then hit delete, so now it went away. All right, I'm going to measure it just real quick. Try and get a point, not a curve. Try and get a point. Awesome. 23.939 inches. I feel very good about calling that a 24-inch sign. That's absolutely fine. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to sketch. We're going to do a sketch right on top of the sign right there. It gets ready, it goes. I'm going to go here, go down to text, make my box not by dragging but by clicking. That looks pretty even to me. I better be able to see this though. Alright. The Sportel family. Georgia's good enough for me for now. And it's remembering my stuff from before. Oh, it is centered, so that's kind of nice. Centered up, centered left and right. Alright, 1 inch. See what that looks like. Good. I'm going to try 2 inches. Can we get it in there? Nope, we cannot. 1.5. Ooh, that's looking pretty good. I like that. Let's see if we can fit a 0.6. Nope. It's going to be 1.5 inches. All right. That looks good to me, how that is. And so we got it. Now we need to go ahead and cut this into the sign. Cut the words into the sign. So it's going to be negative space. All right. Now this is where it gets a little weird. You have to go to your solid menu. You have to go to extrude. Okay. All right, now it's saying, hey, what do we want to extrude? Make sure we get this sketch here, get the words, hit in, okay? Now, all of this down here, one thing, you have to go, you change it new body. We're not making anything new. In this case, we're actually cutting it. We're cutting it through, and distance, I cannot go 0.125. I'll try it. 125. It's going to say no target. That means it doesn't know what to cut out. If we look at it from the side, and I'm using my scroll wheel to look at it from the side, it's trying to cut it away from the sign. So we actually have to put a negative here. Okay. So now it's saying, all right, negative 0.125. Now I'm going to try that. I've had a problem before where it didn't cut all the way through. But I'm going to go ahead, hit OK, see if it cuts all the way through. And it didn't. It did not cut all the way through. And we need it to cut all the way through. So I'm going to go here, right click, hit Edit Feature. Now, instead of that, I'm just going to make it go 0.5. Because if it goes 0.5 inches on a 0.125 thing, it will go all the way through. So, cool. Now we are all the way through. I'm going to hit top just so we're looking straight on. And it's looking very, very good. The only issues that I see, and we're going to get this fairly often, is like right now, this part inside the would fall out. P, O, E, and A. We have issues there. So take care of that. We are going to do a sketch on top of this right here. Give it time. Cool. All right. Good. Now I'm just going to use my rectangle, the 2-point rectangle. I'm going to zoom in, and I'm just going to create material from here to there. Okay. Let's put some material at the bottom of the P. Grab my pan tool. Bring it over. Hit escape. Bottom of the O. And then we just need that A. Put a square there where we're going to end up putting our material. Boom. I think that'll look okay. So once again, we only did the sketch here. All right, we did not actually make any material yet. So we have the sketch. I'm going to go to solid. I'm going to go to extrude. Okay. Now this is going to take, I don't have that much time. We're going to pick up this video wherever I leave off. We're going to continue on. I can only record 15 minutes with this program here. So hit escape. And I'm just highlighting all of my blocks here. You don't even have to have all of it highlighted. You just have to have what's going across that thing highlighted. Okay. So we have it all done. And now what I'm going to do, distance 0.125. And we don't want it to be new. Oh, it changed automatically. It went to join, which is exactly what we want. I'm going to hit OK. And we will continue the next video right about there. But it's It's looking pretty good. So, awesome.